All right, hello everyone, and welcome to your yoga practice for today. I'll just let people join in and then we will go through a little bit of an introduction. Hey Judy, nice to see you. Looks like we've got several people coming in now, so let's just get started with this. So for today's practice, we're going to be doing a slow mobility flow is the intention. And by that, the idea is that we're trying to look at each of the major joints of your body and bring a bit more range of motion, usable range of motion, and to each and every joint of your body. No small task in 45 minutes, but let's give it a go. And for today's practice, you will maybe need a strap or something like that. It could be a belt, it could be a long towel. Probably useful to have something like that, so you might want to go grab that. And less important, maybe a block or a big book or something like that that you can use for a bit of resistance or to bring the floor up to you in some of the poses. So go ahead, grab those things, and then we'll get started. Thank you, C2. Lovely to see you here. So yes, my name is Guy Friswell. I'm here on the west coast of Canada today, where it's a little bit of snow is falling. And I offer yoga online and in person around here. The class here is offered by donation, or dana it's called in Pali. And your donations go to support not just me, but also sort of a pay it forward idea. They go to support others who are less able to afford to pay for yoga, which is increasingly expensive these days. So your donations go towards helping others who don't have the means to access yoga, which is always a lovely thing. So let's get started. Enough yakking. We'll come onto your mat, hopefully with some kind of strap, maybe a block, and we'll go from there. So, here we are. I like to sit up on a bolster, but that's not altogether necessary. And we will start with just a little bit of a grounding practice, a bit of arriving into our body and our breath. So sitting up nice and tall, however that looks for you. Take a nice big inhale. And a long exhale, sigh. Close your eyes. And settle in here. Allow yourself to feel a sense of heaviness, a sense of descending into your entire body, into the sensations of your breathing. And sensing into what it is this body, mind, and even heart require from your practice today. Allowing yourself to feel what it is you need. And then staying true to that as you practice today, so moving and acting in a way that's appropriate for what you're needing. Take a nice big inhale. And a long exhale, sigh. Now welcome once again, my friends, to your yoga practice, your slow mobility flow practice. As you open up your eyes, we'll begin to get into a joint opening. So start to roll your neck in one direction, just around and around, just sensing what's going on in your neck. And then go the other way. So these first few sets of movements are just intended to bring a bit of awareness into the different joints of your body. Come back to center. Roll your shoulders back. So sensing into the shoulder joints here. You can take your elbows wide or keep them close. Just using this as a sort of sensory feedback, a bit of a diagnostic. You could roll your shoulders forwards as well. Oh yeah, that feels good. And let's get into your elbows and your wrists. Squeeze your fingers firmly together at the base of the wrist. Elbows nice and high. And twirl your wrists around. Notice your elbows are moving up and down, so we're getting a little bit of motion into your elbows here. Around and around we go. And then go the other way a few times. Nice. Extend one hand, draw your fingers back, bending and straightening into your elbow and your wrist. And the other side as well, waking up the front side of the wrist, extending through the elbows. Good stuff. A little attention to our spine, just going side to side a few times quite lazily, just finding a bit of a twist into the spine, which is not warmed up yet, so be careful, or not careful, but it's not like you're going to break. But don't go too far. No extremes. And then slow it down. Bring your hands on your hips and start to rotate around your pelvis. So sensing into the hip joints a little bit here. A little bit of action in the hip joints one way and the other way. Nice. And then let's pause. If you're sitting on something, you might want to take that out the way. Bring your right foot out in front of you. Lift your foot from the ground. Just twirl your foot around in a bit of a circle, really attending more to the knee here. Go the other way. And similarly with your ankle, twirl your ankle around one way, the other way. Maybe give it a shake. And then try the other side. So hold on the back of your left knee. Twirl your shin around, sensing into your knee one way and the other way. And then similarly with your ankle, big circles with your ankle one way and the other way. Nicely done. And then return back to your seat, sitting on something if you like. I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. Now we'll move into our seated spine and neck warm-ups. And just before we get into that, the basic idea here is that we take our body, our joints into a range of motion, towards the end range of our motion, and then we engage muscularly around the joint itself and sustain that muscular engagement for a bit of time. So that's what we'll be up to today as we go through our practice. Inhale your hands all the way up overhead. And exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor, left hand up overhead. If you can't quite get to the floor, bring the floor up to you, use a block or something like that. So reach up and press a bit into your right hand so you're driving your left rib cage off to the side a bit. Extend through your left arm, nice long line here. Feel that extension that we're creating. Try not to collapse in the right side. And then just gently fire up the muscles around your shoulder, around your outer left rib cage. Engage muscularly there and sustain that for a few seconds. And then come on up and over. Plant your left hand, reach up with the right hand and over. Notice your rib cage going to the right. Press with the left hand. Engage the muscles around your shoulder, around your outer ribs. Sustain the engagement. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly bring that hand back down. Twist over towards your right, so maybe left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Get nice and tall. Begin to rotate your right shoulder back. A little bit of a pull with the left hand. And again, notice where you feel the sensation. I'm feeling it in my upper back, so engage muscularly wherever you feel that. Pull your lower abdomen in, breathe comfortably, but find a sense of structure around the twist is what we're looking for here. And then go all the way to the other side. Hold your left knee with your right hand. Left hand is pressing down behind you. Pull your belly in, twist, and then engage muscularly. We're not trying to crank ourselves into depths, but rather create a system of support around the areas that are feeling the stretch. Again, I'm feeling this kind of up into my shoulder blades, so I'm firing up the muscles there, being nice and strong, and then come back and through. Hold on to your knees. Inhale, lift your heart, look up, send your heart forwards and up, draw your Maybe elbows towards your legs, chest proud, engage muscularly through the front of the chest, the lower abdomen, finding a sense of length and strength, front side of the body. A little shaking might happen. That's good. And then round your spine, tuck your chin, lean back. Again, holding your knees. Feel that extension through the back of the body. Fire up the muscles. And then slowly come back and through. Let's add that all into a nice flow. So inhale, right hand down, left hand up. Inhale up and over. Go the other side. Inhale up and over. Stretch. Releasing any tensions that we might have created through that muscular activation. Stretch. Move into the twist. Inhale up, over, twist right. Inhale up, over, twist left. Oh yeah, inhale up, over, twist right. Inhale up, over, twist left. And a couple of cat-cows from seated. As you inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, round back, lean back. Wake up the back of your spine. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, round back. Nice. Inhale back to neutral, pause. Now if you've got a strap, grab it. If you don't, I can show you what else we can do. We're going to take that strap, we're going to throw it over your left shoulder and make it nice and long. You're going to hold both sides of the strap with your left hand. Pull your shoulder down. Place your right hand on the floor. So kind of like this, like you're holding a bag or something. And now drop your right ear towards your right shoulder as you draw that left shoulder down. You press with your right hand. And try to engage the muscles on the left side of your neck here, meeting the stretch with a bit of activation. And then come back up. And we'll take your chin over towards the right shoulder again. Pull that shoulder down and back this time. So left shoulder back as you try to take your chin to the right. And then come back and through. Take that strap, chuck it over the other shoulder. Grab both sides of the strap with your right hand. Pull that shoulder down, left hand down. Get tall in your spine. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Engage muscularly through the side of your neck, the right side of the neck. Oh yeah. And then slowly come back up. And now keep your chin parallel to the ground. Look over your left shoulder and gently draw the right shoulder back. Feel that sense of engagement and tallness. And then come back and through. And if you got a strap, put it behind that little bump on the back of your head. Take the strap nice and wide and drive your head back as you try and lift up into that spot, getting a little bit of spinal traction, a little bit of lift into the occiput, decompressing the cervical spine. Oh yeah, that feels nice. And then gently, keep the intention there, drop your chin down towards your chest. Try to lift the back of your head up as you drop your chin down, create that activation. And then come on back up and release that darn strap and throw it out the way. It's nicely out the way. A few times side to side again, just to decompress neck and spine. And come on to your hands and knees next, and to tabletop type position. So here on your hands and knees, you probably want to get a little bit of mobility in your hips here. They've been compressed as you've been seated for a bit of time. So maybe stretch one leg out, stretch the other leg out, release any of that tension. And then from that tabletop position, take your right foot all the way forwards between your hands. It may take a bit of lifting and placing your foot, but get it there. Your back knee could be right under your hip or further back, and the top of the back foot can be nice and flat if you like. Slowly come forwards, offering a bit more compression into the front of your right ankle. And then slowly walk back, toes lift, heel drags back a little bit. We'll move between those 2 points a few times, inhaling, coming forwards, compressing, exhaling, winding back, stretching. And now let's work into that ankle and that hip. So compress into that right ankle, really pressing down with your torso. Feel a sense of stretch through the hip here, and then see if you can engage muscularly the muscles that support the ankles. Very subtle, but fire up the muscles around the ankle, fire up the muscles around your right hip. Even the front of the left hip is feeling something, so fire up the muscles there for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly come back, let your toes lift. This is called half monkey pose, and we're trying to drag our heel back towards us, firing up the muscles on the back of your leg, above your kneecap as you fold in, and be really strong here. So engage, engage, engage the muscles nice and strongly for about 5 seconds. And then slowly release. We'll take that right foot, right knee back. Bring your left foot forwards, in between your hands or thereabouts. Right leg as far back as you like. And then again, forwards and backwards a few times. A little bit of compression in the ankle, the hip. And then walking back, drag your heel back. A little extension through the back. The left leg, oh my left leg is liking this today. Slowly come forwards, compress. Slowly come back, extend. And then here we'll come forwards, we'll compress quite strongly. So we're using the weight of our upper left side of our body to press down and start to fire up the muscles around the ankle, around the hip, maybe even the front of the right hip. Feel that sense of activation as you compress and breathe. Remember, this is yoga. So you're breathing calmly throughout. Haven't really cued that, but that's kind of what makes it yoga, is a complete awareness of what you're doing and in tune with your breathing. Nice. Now slowly we'll come back again. Extend through the heel, drag the heel towards you, toes towards you. Fire up the muscles on the back of your left leg, above your kneecap. Feels like you're dragging. Sustain that. Maybe you fold in a bit more. You can fold in as far as you like, as long as your muscles stay active. That's the key point here. And then slowly come forwards again. Take that knee back. Take your knees wide, and then drop yourself down into child's pose. Take your hands, though, nice and strongly forwards. Nice long line through your hands. So just your palms on the floor as your head drops down. Your elbows a bit lifted, your arms nice and long, and feeling this through the sides of your scapula. So it's a bit of a traction, the sides of your shoulders as you sink in. You have a few breaths there. Let your heart melt down. Nice, kind of a puppy dog shape. And then come back up. Draw your hands back in, knees square up, and again, another lunge. We'll take your right foot in between your hands. And this time, walk your right foot, I'll show you from this angle here. Take your right foot to the edge of your mat. Bring your right hand inside. Step your left leg back as far as you like. And then roll onto the outer right foot. So now we're getting into this hip joint here. You can take your left hand probably a little bit further off to the side. If you like, you can lean into a block. Right hand inside your knee. And a little bit of pressure. Taking ourselves to our end range of external rotation of the left hip, the ankle. So we're testing the range of motion of your ankle, your hip, to some degree your knee. Engage muscularly the muscles around your hip, around your knee, around your ankle. Sustain that activation for several seconds. So resisting the pressure of your hand, essentially. Nice. And then slowly bring that foot down, bring the hand down, and change sides. So left foot is going to end up towards the left edge of your mat, left hand inside your left foot. Roll to your outer left foot. Find a nice position for your back leg. And then I like to take my right hand on the block, left hand on my knee, press, and resist. Engage. Feel your breath as you work muscularly. So one of the issues with classical yoga is that we tend to overemphasize stretching and stretching alone. So we need to build both stretch and strength in order to sustain our mobility as we age and get gray like this guy here. So a little bit of strength is going to serve you very, very well, not just the stretching. That's the thesis behind mobility work in yoga. Nice. And then slowly bring that foot in, place your hands down, knees back, knees nice and wide. Sink back into child's pose again. This time, keep your arms nice and long, forehead down. We'll walk our hands forwards. Now, focus on your right hand, which is nice and long, right arm nice and long. Lift your right hand off the floor, keeping your arms straight. Lift it up as high as you can, and then fire the muscles around your right shoulder. Lift it up higher. And then release it down. Take your left hand forwards, left arm straight. Lift your left hand up, palm face down. So meeting that edge in your left shoulder. Lift it up, engage muscles, engage muscles. And then slowly bring it back down. Hidden prayer. Bring your hands into prayer, elbows on the mat. Bring your hands behind your neck. Walk your elbows a little forwards, and then press with your elbows as you press your heart down towards the floor. Oh yeah. Yum. And then hands forwards. Come back up onto your hands and knees together. Walk your hands back and sit down at the back of your mat. Nice spot to be. All right. Let's work on your shoulders a bit more. So we're slowly shifting into the shoulder girdle here. Take your right hand up and then drop it down to touch your upper back. Take your left hand up and reach for your elbow. Now, if you can't quite do that, I imagine we could probably use a strap somehow to pull the elbow across. But find something that works best for you. Holding on to this right elbow with your left hand, you're going to feel that through the right side of the shoulder here. And we're not trying to yank the shoulder out of its socket, so keep it nicely integrated. Reach up and over. And now we're going to fire up the muscles of your bicep, your tricep, the outer rib cage here. And sustain that. I'm definitely feeling that today. I don't know about you. Engage the muscles around your shoulder. We're working the ranges of motion of your shoulder here. And then slowly come up, stretch your arms up. Switch sides, left hand behind your neck, right hand to your right elbow. Keep a nice clean line through the left side of the rib and shoulder. Take yourself over to the side and again engage muscularly around the shoulder, the ribs, biceps, triceps. Oh yeah. Okay. And then slowly come on back up. Pull your shoulders back a couple times and forwards a couple times. A bit more work on the shoulders. Strap here would be useful. Bring your hands behind you. hold on to the strap nice and long here. I can't hold my strap. And here, we'll just take the strap up and over, flossing the shoulder. Keep it nice, the hands nice and wide. Trying to tug the strap apart. Keep tugging all the way up and over, up and over. And here at the back, let's try to pull the strap apart. Feel that engagement across the upper back. Little shiggle, little shake. Not a bad thing. You're going to feel it. And then up and over we come. Bring it out front. Try to pull the strap apart. Lift your chest up nice and proud. And then slowly release that back down. And again, maybe a little bit of side-to-side movement would be nice here. Oh yeah. Feels good in my body. Okay, from this place, a bit of mobility work for your hips now. Take your right knee out to the side and left knee bent as well. So we're looking at basically, it's called 90-90. We've got both legs bent 90 degrees and left knee is out to the side here. Twist over towards the left, staying nice and tall. Driving your right hip down and in. Now you can look over your left shoulder perhaps, and you can see, I should say, you're looking over your right shoulder. Get that clear. And you can see your right foot. We're going to lift your right foot off the ground as high as you can and sustain that muscularly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your foot down. Press your foot and ankle down. Lift your knee up. It's going to get into this outer hip. Engage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your knee down. And now twist to the left even more. And you can stay up nice and high, or you can walk your hands down into this deer pose, into a bit more of a passive shape, but continuing to compress now. Left hip, rotate right hip down and in. Even press your right knee down firmly into the mat. It's not easy, but it's effective. And then let's slowly come back up, and now you can just lean back and flip your legs the other way. So left leg out, right leg in. Get nice and tall, 90-90. Twist over towards the right. And then maybe you look over your left shoulder and lift that left foot from the ground as high as you can. Engage. Press the knee down as you lift your ankle up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your ankle down. Press your ankle and foot down. Lift your knee up. Nice and high. As you press the ankle down, the knee's coming up. Oh yeah, feel that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your knee down. Twist to the right. So we're driving that left hip down and in. Left knee down. Twist and fold. Deer pose. I like to be on my elbows here. Maybe you're up on a bolster, or maybe you're still upright. I'm trying to find that internal rotation of the left hip and engaging the muscles around the left hip as we do so. Oh yeah. Yum. And now we'll slowly come back up. Now let's try going side to side. First, we'll keep your hands behind you, just for initial movement. Slowly come through. Knees go to the other side. So go side to side a few times like that. Boom, boom, side to side. A few times. Now, level 2. Bring your hands up and go across without putting your hands down. You can see It takes a bit of effort as we go side to side, but we're working on the mobility of your hips. Chest nice and proud. Lift up. Lift up. Well done. Bring it back through center, lean back, extend your legs nice and long. Give them a bit of a shake here. Seated twist, or what's called cow face, Gomukhasana pose. Bring your left knee right in front of you and your left foot outside your hip. Option 1, right foot jumps over top of that left knee. You sit up nice and tall. We'll take your left hand and hold your right knee in place. Take your right hand behind you. Lots of rights and lefts. Press your hand down. Pull your belly in. And twist. So your knee is drawing across the body. You're looking over the shoulder. Take a few breaths there. You really strongly pull that knee across the body. Fire up the outer right hip, belly in. And then come back, gazing forwards. Now, as best you can, let your left foot keep moving away from you to the, or that's not your left foot, it's your right foot. Your right foot off to the side, trying to get your knees more on top of one another. Now, if that doesn't happen, that's normal. You can always wedge something in there, but take it to a point where it's accessible for you. At some point, maybe your knees will stack on top of one another. Now here, this is more classical cow face pose, so however you got your knees is perfect. And since our right knee's on top, our right hand's going to go behind. Throw the strap, boop, over your left shoulder. And grab that strap with your right hand. And take the left hand up. You're trying to walk your hands until they maybe interlace behind your back. Mine certainly do not. So you're pulling down and lifting up opposite directions with your hands. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, spine stays long, fold forwards. Stay nice and active. Inhale, come up. Exhale, a little bit of a back bend. You're pressing your head into your upper arm. Inhale up, exhale forwards. And again, inhale up. Exhale back, inhale up, exhale forwards. Linger here, compressing into that right hip, sustaining the activation in your arms, and then slowly, slowly come back up. We'll just take the strap out the way initially. Lean back, legs out front, jiggle shake your legs. Now bring your right knee to the midline. Take your left foot outside the right knee. Sorry guys, too many rights and lefts today. And then I take that right hand and pull the left knee across, belly in, and then we use your left hand to kind of create a bit of pressure, a bit of lift. Belly draws in, you pull the knee across, fire up the muscles of the left hip. Oh yeah, seated spine twist. Nice. A little bit of compression of the core. And then back through to center. Stacking your knees as best you can. And now we take that strap over the right shoulder. Grabbing the strap behind you with your left hand. And then we try to walk your hands closer and closer together, and then holding the strap, left hand pulls down, right hand pulls up, nice and proud. And press your head into your arm in the back. Big inhale, exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale forwards. Inhale up. Exhale back. Oh yeah. And then inhale up and exhale forwards and linger here, offering a bit of compression into the hips. Oh yeah. Feel and find your breath. And then let's slowly come back up. Release that strap one more time. Take it away from you. Send your legs out front. Give them a shake, give them a shake. And let's come back onto our backs now. Yay. And on your back, bring your feet to the mat, knees bent, and flip-flop your knees side to side a couple times. Now stay with me with these left and rights. Both arms, or both legs, these are legs, both legs up, both arms up, as straight as you can. And now we will bend your left leg and take your right hand and hold your outer left knee. So you're trying to pull your knee in. Inhale, extend your right leg and left arm nice and long, but don't let them touch the floor. Exhale, bring them back in. Inhale, extend. That right hand is trying to pull the knee in. The knee is resisting. Inhale, up. Exhale, extend. Building a little lateral connection, a bit of core awareness. Inhale, up. Exhale, extend. Or which way does your breath go? I don't know. Inhale, up. And exhale. Let your arms and feet come down momentarily. Take a breath or two. And take it to the other side. Both arms and legs straight up. And we're going to bend your right knee. Take your left hand to the outer right knee. Trying to pull the knee across, but resist. And then let's inhale to extend. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale. Exhale. You can try pointing or flexing your toes. What works best for you? Again. I think one more time. You got it in you. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bend your knees. Let your feet come down, hands down. Flip-flop your legs side to side a couple times. And now from this place, active figure 4. So if you've done classes with me, you'll know I like this one. Interlace your fingers across your belly or simply place them on your belly. We'll start by taking your left ankle on top of your right knee. And then start to walk your right foot in towards you. Lift your right foot from the ground. And we're trying to drive your right knee towards your torso and your left knee away from you without using your hands. So nice and active external rotation of the left hip by driving the knee away from you. Compression of the right, drawing it in. And now use your hands. Left hand presses your left knee away. Right hand pulls your right leg towards you. You get a bit more range here, you'll notice. And what I want you to do is to fire up the muscles of your legs and hips so that when you release your hands, your legs don't move. So sustain that activation for 5, 4, 3, 2, notice I'm shaking, and 1. Release it down. Working those muscles side to side, building structure and strength around the hips. Not a bad thing. Hands out the way. Right ankle on top of left knee. Walk your foot in, left foot from the ground. And now, without any external assistance, we're trying to bring left knee towards you, right knee away from you. Notice where you get to. This is your usable range of motion, as it were. And now offer an assistance. Right hand pushes the right knee away. Left hand pulls the left leg in. Notice you created a bit more range. Now support that range by firing up the muscles, both hips, so that when you release your hands, boop, nothing moves. You sustain that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Flip-flop your knees side to side. And take one little old bridge pose, whichever way you like. I like elbows to the sides of the body, palms facing one another, feet fairly close to you. Inhale, lift your bum up. Exhale, drop it down. Bum doesn't quite touch. Inhale, press with your elbows, your feet, lift up. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale, up. Linger here, hips up, belly up, a little compression of your chin. And then slowly, slowly unwind down to the mat. Both feet walk in, and we'll take your hips a little bit to the right. Knees go left. Take your right hand, send it out to the right till your right shoulder comes to the ground. Look to the right. Maybe you use your left hand to hold your knees down, or maybe you wedge something between your knees. Maybe you hook your knees down. Many ways to do this. Now, a little bit more active approach to our final twist here. We're trying to drive your knees down to the left and your right shoulder down to the right, accentuating the twist of the spine and breathing into that. Nice, slow, rhythmic breath. Letting things soften as you find a bit of release. And now slowly come back through to neutral. Pause in neutral for a breath or two. Oh yeah, feels good. Shift your hips a little bit to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Extend your left arm out to the side. Now we're taking the right hand to hold the knees down, or whatever you're doing. We're trying to get your knees closer to the ground on the right, and the left shoulder closer to the ground on the left, accentuating the twist of the spine. Breathe into that. And then let's slowly, slowly release. Both arms, both legs up. Lazily roll your wrists, your ankles in a big circle. One way, the other way. Squeeze and pump your fingers, spreading them, and then making a fist. Same with your toes. Spread your toes, squeeze your toes. And then lastly, shake it off. Shake your wrists, shake your ankles, be goofy. Nobody's around. I mean, if they are, too bad for them. Shake it off. And then slowly lie down. Palms face up, big inhale. Long exhale. Savasana. So very slow, rhythmic breathing through your nose. And deliberately, consciously yielding and relaxing throughout your body. So let the back of your head feel heavier. Shoulders soften, elbows and wrists relax. Let your spine and your belly yield and feel heavy. Hips feel like they're softening and flopping open. Legs are nice and heavy all the way down to the heels. Take a big breath into your entire body. And a long exhale. Let your whole body relax. Now sustain this shape for a few minutes anyhow. Nourishing yourself through rest, letting your body receive the gifts of your practice. And then bringing awareness towards the center of your chest, your heart. And feeling into what you're grateful for or who you're grateful for, whichever works for you. Maybe even saying to yourself, I'm grateful for whomever, I'm grateful for. Just keep going through, making a list of gratitude. And as you continue like that, try to find just a simple flow of gratitude. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. Feeling the flow of gratitude from that heartfelt center. Take a nice big inhale. And a long exhale, sigh. And thank you so much, my worldwide friends, for practicing along with me today. I'm definitely grateful for you. Have a beautiful day ahead of you. Thank you so much. I will stay online here and accept any comments or discussion that you might have, or you might just be remaining in Savasana. So that was slow mobility flow, the idea being that to increase our mobility, we need to find a range of motion and engage into that range. Thank you, Savarna. So good to have you here, and Tori. And of course, a reminder again that this class offered by donation, so if you found some value or benefit to it and can afford it, your donation is certainly graciously accepted. And thank you, C2. Wonderful to have you here as always. So yeah, donations going to support me and the various bits of equipment I need to do this thing. And also going to support those that are less able to afford yoga. So through this channel, they get to access this kind of thing for free, which is great. Savarna, thank you so much. Will this be taped for? Yes, it will. I'm going to be putting this one up on my channel today, tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get it done. Ollie, thank you so much. Jess, thank you. I'm not receiving notification of class anymore since the update on IT. Do you have future classes? So yes, I'm typically offering these every Tuesday, and I have to every week put up the next class. So it doesn't show up as a series as much as I'd like to set it up as such. So I'm usually once a week on Tuesdays. As we come to Christmas, probably some variance there. And then when we come into the new year, my schedule will probably change. So I'm being a bit non-committal here, sorry C2, but once a week for sure. And I'm surprised you're not getting notifications. So if you subscribe to my profile, I'm sure that there should be something coming up, but I never know. Technology. CJ, thank you so much for your support as well. That's very, very nice. So yeah, I'm doing a bit more, it's not doing that. That's weird. Janet. Yeah. Thanks, Janet. So yeah, as I said, this particular class, I've recorded it and it will be available through other channels, which you can find by looking at my Insight Timer profile. Thank you, Janet. I'm trying to put up a lot of stuff, but I'm not supposed to market to you through this. All I can say is stuff about Insight Timer, so that's why I'm hesitant to say much more. Marketing is not something we're supposed to do here. You only see your own comments. Is there a setting? Really? Huh. That's weird. I don't know the answer to that one, Savarna. I don't know if anybody else knows. Is there a way to see everyone's comments? That's strange. Anyhow. Je ne sais pas. Maybe click on the screen one time, something like that. You'll figure it out. Yes, you will. Have that confidence. You'll figure it out. Oh, what have I been? So just if you're looking for a show on Netflix, I enjoyed Stutz. It's a documentary of, I'm not sure the guy's name. He did a documentary about his therapist. It's super interesting. Stutz, S-T-U-T-Z. Lots of fun. Anyhow, guys, I'll see you next week. I'll post up a class as soon as I remember. Lovely having you here. Take care.